It's actually called the same foul, so it is on Baclao.
Referees Mauricio, Zambrano, and Barbacena officiating as we see Rico Meyerhofer, Ryan Aranya. This is right behind the LaSalle bench.
Mr. Montuazon, also supporter of Ateneo, obviously.
63-50 is our score. 13-point lead, very much in the game is LaSalle with 8 minutes to play. But this is the problem.
Turn the ball over here with an offensive foul on a moving screen on Hiram Bhagat Singh.
Danny Francisco on your screens as LaSalle commits its 12th turnover of the game. Ateneo has 13. So very good numbers for both teams. It's not been the difference.
Yep.
James Monas is back for LaSalle. Salva from 17 steps in under duress. Still no go on the stick back from Baclao, and Mendoza takes it away.
You know, Ateneo has had problems solving this, some sort of a zone. It looks like a 1-2-2 zone by LaSalle as they're spacing out well and collapsing well.
Oh, and a risky pass taken away by his former teammate Ryan Buenafe, taking it from Artie Brinas. Turnover number 13. Ryan is fouled by his buddy, Artie Brinas. Only 3 points in the ballgame on that 3-point shot earlier. Now he moves out for Maui Villanueva. Of course, let's look at a clear position stop. Clear man, no dandruff, just cool hair. Telegraph easily.
But good hustle, which we don't really often see from Ryan Buenafe, scooting over to try and get that steal.
Matthew Escalona on your screens as Joshua Webb makes his return to this ballgame. 7:22. A lot of time Bakers doesn't lead, but LaSalle has got to take steps toward mounting a rally as early as now. Ryan forces the issue and draws a foul.
And he will get continuation, so he's going to go to the free throw line for 2 free throws here, as they call it, in the act of shooting. So Coach Norman Black talking to his boys on the sideline right now with assistant coach Jamaic.
And Sandieros Pacochaga, more from Ateneo. Well, Jessica Mendoza, go ahead, Jack.
Despite the high field goal percentage you mentioned earlier, Boom, Coach Norman Black is not too happy with the what he called the Blue Eagles sloppy execution of their plays in the last 2 minutes of the third quarter. He told them to be aware of the Green Archers' offensive strategies and to not let their men get hot. Walang bibida, Coach Sandieros Pacochaga said, reminding the Blue Eagles that the last quarter is the most essential. Boom, TJ.
Thank you very much. Jessica Mendoza for the Samson Courtside update. Of course, it's about finishing off your opponent, right? And that's what it's all about. Mangas, who has struggled, still continues to struggle. For James Mangas has not made a bucket, not only in this game, but against Ateneo. Last Sunday and today. And that brings up the point that DJ made in the Keys to Winning about veterans coming to play. Yep.
Look at that move by Nico Salva, reminiscent of what he did last Sunday, attacking the paint.
And the Green Archers call a timeout because this lead is up to another Sweet 16. Timeout with Samsung Imagination Live. Back here at the Araneta Coliseum. First, a correction. James Mangas already with a couple of field goals, finally breaking his streak of not shooting anything, but first, or converting anything. First, Jack and Jill fantastic moment. Jack and Jill snacks, life's fun. I feel for T.Y. Tang. He's right in the middle of that.
I know.
Of the middle of blue, and can't do anything
And
about
his
it.
buddy keeps standing up to cheer.
And to rub it in his face. For the second straight week, too.
Yep. Wasn't it last week, though, they sat in the LaSalle side?
No, they sat at the
Ateneo side, right? You know, I remember because everybody was in yellow.
That's right, but today they go back to blue and green. And right now, green is down 16. 66-50. Boom Gonzalez, DJ Manotoc for you for ABS-CBN Sports. This is live, and it is exclusive. Bader Malabes throws up something. It comes up short, just could not bite.
Ateneo now wisely slowing things down, not getting caught up with the pace that LaSalle is trying to dictate.
They swing it to Ryan right up there on the other side as we send it to Aaron Torrejon from the LSU. Go ahead, Aaron.
There are two things Coach Franz expects from the boys in this fourth quarter. He tells them that he wants them to keep pushing the ball and still be under control. We cannot afford to play tentatively. Also, he told the boys not to be scared and intimidated. As long as we outwork Ateneo, we can win this game. Lastly, he reminded them that there is still a lot of time in this game. And as long as we play like we did in against USC, we can still bounce back. Boom and TJ.
Thank you, Aaron, for the Samson courtside update. Unfortunately, with that miss and that Raba Al-Husseini conversion, that's 68-50 now, an even bigger hole. You know, against USD, they were down 12 entering the fourth quarter. That's right. This is a very different scenario and a very different team that they're facing, TJ.
We're talking about a team that is virtually intact, coming off a championship and hungry for back-to-back titles.
And a team pouring it on right now. They are smelling blood, and they're breaking this game wide open at 21 points, courtesy of Jai Reyes' three. Malaves tries to answer. Nothing. He is 0 out of 7 from the field, DJ. Maui puts it up, gets the foul, and will shoot 2 free throws.
Javier Malaves really could not find his game today so far, as Coach Franz pulls him out already and brings back in Simon Atkins.
Jai Reyes, open happiness with that reaction, and Coca-Cola, open happiness. 2 triples for Jai Reyes in this game to give them a 21-point lead. They go back to Malaves, 0 of 7 and 3 turnovers.
But he does have 2 free throws.
Yep.
So there's 2 points in the game.
4:37 to play. And LaSalle right now staring at a 21-point lead. 0 out of 3 from the free throw line from Maui Villanueva, former UPIS kid. And really to be mechanically, that shot just looks a little bit off. That's why he's struggling. But again, what do I have to say? So you look at the attendance of almost 18,000. Today here at the Araneta, we had almost 16,000 last Sunday. And this is just a regular game between Ateneo and LaSalle. Well, it's never regular, but we're not in the playoffs yet. Final four. 4:16 remaining. Things looking bleak for LaSalle. They continue to hustle as an official's timeout is called.
Oh, Manas is on the floor. We didn't even notice. He's on the other end, under LaSalle's goal, and he's still lying down.
Looks like there's a little blood. And they're checking at least. And
We didn't even see him fall down.
James Manas, 2 out of 8 from the field, 4 points. And there's a little hush here at the Araneta Coliseum, regardless of who you're rooting for. That's always.
Well, he went for that shot against. He passed it off.
He got hit by the elbow of Raba inadvertently.
In the face?
In the face.
Yeah, that'll.
Oh, that's a big
knock
elbow.
the wind out of you for a bit.
Oh, like a
That's
big
what they
elbow.
call, right between the eyes.
Yep. Well, he will try to recover from the bench right now. 4 minutes to play, 71-50. If LaSalle loses today, DJ, let's recap just what you said at the top of the coverage when we were talking about team standings.
Well, they are at 4-4 right now, and at danger of going down to 4-5. First time that you will see LaSalle, if ever, go below 500 this late in the season.
That's
and the
right.
first time to lose 3 in a row under Coach Franz Pumare.
Harvey Bringas, hearing it from Coach Francis, he didn't like that shot. He wanted him to pass the ball, but the rookie struggling right now, third personal on Webb.
The veteran Simon Atkins pulling aside Bringas and telling him to knock it off and stay within the system.
Even with 3:44 remaining, Bringas 1 out of 6 from the field here. Salamat is back in the game, well rested, puts it up to Raba. Smooth as silk on the stroke, PJ. Nothing but nylon in that one.
26 huge points for Raba Al-Husseini. And remember, coming off a 30-point outburst against UE last Thursday.
26 points as we go into this timeout with Samsung Imagination Lives. We're back here on Studio 23 and on Sky Cable Channel 166 Balls HD. And for those watching the replay on Balls Channel 34, good evening to you. And everybody watching all over the world, courtesy of the Filipino channel. Good day! As we are down to the final 3:26 of this ball game, and Ateneo, TJ, is looking to drop the hammer now on De La Salle. And also, making history if they win this game, they will deal Coach Franz Pumaren his first 3-game losing streak in his history, 11-year history of coaching La Salle.
Coach Norman Black not holding back his punches, still with his strongest 5 on the floor here.
Nice takeaway by Atkins, but he cannot complete it. He hurried it. And Salamat comes away with a repossession.
Still a 20-point lead by Ateneo. All they got to do is manage their clock very well.
You know, before that Barua shot, La Salle was scoreless for 6 minutes. That's why they gave up this 23-point lead. The tap going to Atkins. Forward to Joshua Webb. Webb has Kurt Long chasing. So quick 5 points by La Salle here. And Coach Norman Black pushes the button. He doesn't want to take any chances, so he calls a Samsung timeout with Samsung Imagination Lives. We're back here at the Araneta Coliseum. Gary V has joined us here at the Big Dome. Many, many faces in attendance. Bianca is from the Ateneo side of things. Megan Young, also part of the ABS-CBN family. All with us in attendance in this over 17,000 full Araneta Coliseum. 18-point lead. Biggest lead was at 23. But we're down to 2 minutes and 30 seconds remaining. Impressive game for Ateneo so far. Now, and I say that because when you go back to certain games that they've won, they have really struggled offensively, but they've been able to put up stops against Adamson, stops against, UE, stops against the other teams, and they've been able to pull games out of the fire.
Yep, but don't look now. Ateneo did use up most of their shot clock.
The bang!
Oh, that would have been big. That would have been big to bring the lead down to
16 and possibly 15, but now Barua will drop 2 free throws. Here's the bang from Jai Reyes. And the foul, but ball just deciding to rim out in our smart instant replay. Smart for helping sports.
I can imagine the mindset that Coach Norman is trying to impress on his boys right now. You're in a stage where you don't play not to lose. You still play hard as if you're down. This is the kind of situation where you do not look at the scoreboard. You do not look at the time. Play it as if it's the start of the ball game and you play hard.
And I'm sure there's extra motivation because this is La Salle.
Right.
They're talking about it. They want to really drop them down. It's a late violation.
Jai Reyes arguing that a La Salle player came in first, but nonetheless, they keep possession as the possession arrow faces them.
Ball is inbounded. That means we get into our last 2 minutes. The deep waters of this game between Ateneo and La Salle, which is brought to us by PS Bank. 73-56. Maybe a little too late for La Salle. Amidst this juggernaut and the bang and the bucket from Nonoy Baclao to probably seal things here, as the writing is very clear on the wall right now for La Salle.
I'll give credit to Eric Salamat, who blew by Joshua Webb, drew all the post defenders of La Salle, setting up Nonoy Baclao with that easy 2 and the foul from behind. And Nonoy Baclao says, that's the way you do an N1 situation.
Powerade Hyper Play of the game. Powerade Sports Drink Hyper Play of the game. Drink up, power up. Sports is what you make it. And they get the offensive rebound. Jai comes up with a little chuckle.
Well, he stole it from the outstretched arms of Avi Bringas. The 19-point lead once again here for Ateneo as they're winding down this game.
By the way, that assist that you just saw earlier by Ateneo is their 21st.
Wow.
And that's a season high for Ateneo. They're averaging 14.5. That's 21, so that's a great number. As Barua from up top doesn't get the trickle, doesn't get the roll. Bringas overshoots that one. And Baclao says enough is enough. The emphatic repossession
Wow.
from Severino Baclao.
1 against 4. It was only Nonoy Baclao in the paint against 4 green shirts.
C2 best cheer of the day. Enjoy the best in life with C2 Green Tea. Nonoy Baclao is number 5. As we look at Mr. Gabby Lopez in attendance also with us. A minute and 8 seconds, a minute and some loose change. And Nonoy Baclao, number 5 in rebounds. 8.6. Number 2 in shot blocking. And he also makes a free throw. That is his 9th of the ball game, together with 6 rebounds. And speaking of assists, by the way, Salamat joins the parade of players with 8 assists. Most of the season. And another offensive rebound by Ateneo. They're just really dominating LaSalle right here at the closing minutes of this ball game. Montfort to get that to go. Time winding down. And Ateneo will still remain on top of the heap and will only have 1 loss, and that will be against UP. And boy, I'm sure they're aching to get that back.
Oh yeah, as they will soon be seeing each other here in the second round.
Nonoy Baclao gets his rest. Why not? Kirk Long gets his rest. Eric Salamat, Jai Reyes all get a rest. Wami Chongson comes in. Nico Salva, Justin Chua, and Mako Nostria back in the frame for Ateneo. 42 seconds remaining, and LaSalle continuing to press. DJ, 3 straight losses as Wami Chongson gets it to go for instant offense.
The rookie getting his rare taste of Ateneo LaSalle in the seniors division. Drills his 3.
Everything going for Ateneo right now as Joel Tolentino draws the foul. I was talking about in the 11 years that Coach Franz Pumarin has coached De La Salle, first 3-game losing streak for him. I'm sure he doesn't care about those numbers. He just wants to come out with a win. But on the flip side, TJ, just imagine the consistency of Franz Pumarin in terms of coming back after losses or back-to-back losses. 11 years and no 3-game losing streak. This is the very first. Well, that's an amazing streak. No matter how you flip-flop that, that's an amazing
Absolutely, absolutely. For him to hold on to that record for that long.
But today will be the day. Sad day for the LaSallians who are going down in defeat here. 79-60 is our score.
And LaSalle still plugging away, still pressing, trying to make this margin of Ateneo as small as can be. PJ Barua really having a good game today for him individually. 16 points now for him.
Yes, you're right. And 3 triples for PJ Barua. Wami Chongson and Joel Tolentino. They're both rookies, right? A little getting introduced to each other.
Or reintroduced, because for sure they saw each other in the junior ranks.
Joel Tolentino, the former youth player. Wami Chongson, the former hotshot from Ateneo Blue Eaglets. Or what they fondly call Wami Magic Johnson. 4.4 in the finishing touches in what has been a masterpiece of a ball game by Ateneo, giving them an 18-point lead, 81-63. And that will count to make it 81-65. Coach Norman Black breaks that streak of Coach Franz Pumarin of not losing 3 games in a row. And boy, it happens, and it happens against the arch rivals.
And this time around, from beginning to end, you saw Ateneo with the focus the desire, the drive, and the intensity to win this one and win it big against their arch rivals who gave them a major scare just 1 week ago on this very floor.
This is a far cry, TJ, from how the first game evolved and happened last Sunday. Let's look at our Jollibee champ of the game. Big burger goodness like no other. How about Rabah Al-Husseini? 12 out of 21 from the field, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, 3 blocks. Emphatic, if you may add.
Yep, he did it from all over the court, both ends of the court, from outside, inside, fast break, jump shot, hook shot.
The full arsenal.
You name it.
Was on display, and we will be back to wrap this baby up. We're back with you here at the Araneta Coliseum as the Sea of Blue celebrate their win 81-65 over De La Salle. Rabah Al-Husseini, after a 30-point performance, comes away with a 26-point performance.
Awesome.
Maasahan, your choice for maasahan player. PS Bank, simple lang, maasahan.
And we noted that in the 3 games prior to that UE game, which included La Salle, he only averaged 9.7 points in a 3-game stretch and 35% of the field. But today and last Thursday against UE, I think he's trying to make a statement to the league that even though Dylan Abawu is the #1 MVP leader in statistical points now, to look him over.
He is at number 4. In the meantime, fit and right burning move, a most refreshing way to burn. The triple from Jai Reyes, the approval from Chris Chu, and the celebration from the guys in blue. Fit and right burning move. And our Jollibee Yum doubles duo winners, if you can call them that. Enjoy the best things in life. Nico Salva, look at those numbers. 4 out of 6 from the field. Eric Salamat, the 8 assists, 2 steals, 2 rebounds, 11 points for the former San Sebastian. Staggering.
8 assists is awesome for a guy
Season 9.
who takes a lot of shots also. For him to get his teammates that involved and that effective, when he passes, they score.
And we all take a break, finally, for around 4 days and come back on Thursday for that game. University of the Philippines and University of Santo Tomas, National University and Far Eastern University in the second game. Reminding you on Tuesday also, 5:30 p.m., the Samsung UAP Sports Center for everything and anything about your league, the 72nd season of the UAAP. And boy, the people now here at the Araneta Coliseum getting ready to leave, making a beeline to the exits. What a weekend of basketball, culminated by a UE win in the first game, 60-56 over Adamson University. So they bounce back. And in the second game, after only 1 week of seeing each other and going into overtime, they renew their rivalry today. And Ateneo winning this one, 81-65. No overtimes needed because Ateneo dominated from start till finish. For TJ Manotoc, Jessica Mendoza, Erin Torrejon, Direk Abet Ramos, and everybody working behind the scenes for ABS-CBN Sports, I'm Boom Gonzalez saying so long from the Araneta Coliseum as the UAAP continues to make TV history, broadcasting in high definition.